Hyundai is an automaker that's been on the rise for many years now. One of the reasons is the mid-size Sonata sedan. The previous generation of that sedan is what really put it in the game against the Camrys and Accords of the world. And now for 2015, there is a redesign that takes it up another notch, maybe two. Let's take a look. Perhaps the biggest change to the exterior of the Sonata is the grille. The previous generation had a very aggressive wave to it that looked good, impressive initially, and Hyundai and lots of other people believe it did not age well. I happen to agree. So now you see what is becoming the kind of family grille shape, also seen on the redesigned Hyundai Genesis sedan. This one happens to have a black chrome finish because this is the limited trim level. It's one of the higher trim levels. You'll also notice this black panel here. That is for the radar, because this car is equipped with optional adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning. That's one of the many active safety features that is available as an option on this car. One thing you'll notice, if the grille has changed the most on this car, the thing that has stayed the same is this chrome strip that leads all the way back from the headlight. Something that looked pretty distinctive in the previous generation, still does. There's also a really nifty little feature here on the Limited where when you get close to the door, with the key fob in your pocket, it lights up kind of as a welcome. Around back, you'll notice LED taillights, which are very effective. I like how they look, but I'm a little disappointed that they come only on the higher trim levels. A company like Hyundai is known for giving more for less. Now, you'll notice, if I stand back here with the key in my pocket, the trunk opens automatically. That's called Smart Trunk. The idea is, other manufacturers have the feature where you sweep your leg. It's the hokey pokey dance. Hyundai said, well, why not just have it so if you're standing back here for a few seconds with the key, it'll open. And it does give you that beep warning so you know that this is a no loitering zone if you don't mean to open the trunk. Incidentally, with over 16 cubic feet of volume in the trunk, this is one of the bigger trunks in the class. Well, Hyundai is known for giving more for less, and the place it does it the most in the 2015 Sonata is here in the back seat. I have the driver's seat in my driving position all the way back, and at my height, 6 feet tall, I have plenty of room. It's cavernous. Now, what makes it even better in this loaded vehicle is, for one thing, big panoramic moonroof makes it feel even more open. We've got heated seats, 2 positions, controlled here, and being a Limited, it also has these sunshades for keeping the kids cool. The driving experience in the previous generation Sonata certainly was good enough for most consumers, but the more demanding drivers found that the ride quality wasn't quite as refined as it should be. Steering, same sort of a story. Here in the 2015, they have improved that quite a bit. I find the ride quality has improved. The steering, though better than the previous version, is still not the strongest suit. The engine has actually been changed a little bit. It's 185 horsepower in this version, which is actually down a little bit, so they could bring the torque peak to a lower RPM. What that means is you've got a more robust response when you accelerate from a stop, and that's definitely good to have. Now, we don't know for sure how the 2.0T version of this car performs, because it has, aside from the 245 horsepower turbocharged engine, it has a firmer suspension and a different power assist system on the steering. So the feel could be completely different. We look forward to checking that out pretty soon. As cars become more aerodynamic, and most of them are, visibility can become more of an issue because the pillars are farther out in front of you. So I have to say, in the previous generation Sonata and this one, the pillars are a little thick. They can get into your line of sight, and the view out the back can be compromised a bit too, partly because the trunk line is so high. Fortunately, a backup camera is standard on all but the base trim level. Generally speaking, the interior is very nicely done. Quality has improved. I'm not crazy about the imitation wood trim. It doesn't look real to me, but a lot of the other surfaces are good. You've got an actual fabric woven headliner and same material on the visors, which you actually do touch. Other touch points are soft and comfortable. This, being a Limited, has leather upholstery. The Sport 2.0T also has leather upholstery. One of the interesting things that Hyundai has done is they've made the passenger seat height adjustable even in the lower trim levels, because they find that passengers want to be able to adjust the height as well. Now, as usual, Hyundai really pours on the features, at least in this limited trim level. You've got heated side mirrors, you've got blind spot warning, you've got lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, a heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats, 12-volt outlets here, and actually 2 of them, a USB jack, an auxiliary jack. There's standard Bluetooth streaming audio as well. You've got the panoramic moonroof. You've got BlueLink, which is like GM's OnStar, lets you communicate with the outside world, remote start the car, etc. HomeLink, adaptive or universal remote control for garage doors, etc. There are different drive modes that affect the accelerator and steering response and mileage for that matter. An electronic parking brake here. And then lots of multimedia options. You can start with a 5-inch touchscreen or go to an 8-inch touchscreen like this one that's loaded with features like the ability to add apps. This has Pandora, internet radio, SoundHound as well, Sirius XM Data, which is a subscription service, BlueLink, as I mentioned. Pretty well executed overall, nice big screen. It's one of the better systems out there. Now here's the hitch. Most of the features I just listed are not standard. So no doubt whatsoever, it's a bigger car, more comfortable car, quieter car, drives well, it's more competitive than ever. And it is still a value. But as the cars get better from Hyundai, the value might not be quite as high as it used to be. You're going to have to keep an eye on the price and compare against the competitors in the market.